Okay, guys. So on my break, and I just decided to, continue trying to, you know, figure out where I left off. So, okay, so we fast forward a bit to maybe departure or arrival. So you have gotten all the paperwork. Obviously, you would have the job. You come into a job. You know what your contract is. You know how many years. You know the pay rate. Obviously, you know that you have to do an exam again to be registered here in the UK to work, as an international nurse, you need to do their exam. You would have done the CBT, or else you would not have been at this point. So you would have passed the CBT, and now it's time for the practical, yeah, which is called the OSCE. So the OSCE exam is 10 stations, yeah, and you need to pass all 10 in order to pass the exam. So you arrive. There are some contracts that you may have to work and do OSCE training. And I was fortunate, I did not have to work. I was able to just focus on OSCE. The hospital that I am at, they have had 100% OSCE passes. All of their international nurses so far, since they have been recruiting, have passed. You have 3 chances to sit this exam. And as I told you, it's made up of 10 stations. So you have, is it 2 written? Yeah, 2 written. Then you got the API, which is assessment, planning, implementing, and evaluation. Then you are going to be asked to do 2 other skills from a variety of skills. And then you have two API. Then you got 4 skills, and then the 2 written, which is professional values and research. What do you call it? I think some kind of research. I can't remember, but we get the right format for you. Okay, so when you get here, you don't have much time. These people don't waste time. So you come today, and by tomorrow they start to orientate you. Some persons even do it the same day. They have to meet people. So you come, and then you start the process, yeah. And if you're lucky, as I said, you will be able to focus. If you get a contract where you don't have to work, that's something you can ask the recruiter or the hospital direct. If you're going directly through the hospital, you ask them if you have to work. You ask them about the accommodation that you're coming to, because I had persons that had very bad experiences with the accommodation. So you need to ask what accommodation you are coming to. Will you have to share a bathroom? Will you have to share what is your accommodation going to be like? Because trust me, if you come and you don't have proper accommodation, it will depress you. Luckily for me, again, I had good accommodation. I have a small room, but I have my own bathroom. I have to use there's a common kitchen on each floor. So if I want to cook, I need to go out in that kitchen. But for me, the most important thing was not sharing a bathroom. And I was lucky. I have a fridge in my room. I have a microwave. I bought myself an air fryer. I bought a kettle, and I buy my groceries. So, I made the best of it. It's not going to be forever because I'm actually moving, yeah? So anyhow, when you get here, you need to, I think you need to start researching OSCE. Everything about OSCE is on the NMC website. You need to start processing that information before you get here, because 4, 5, 6 weeks to grab all that information at a practice is going to be stressful. Yeah, so you need to grab all the information. Just get yourself familiar with all the skills that is included in the OSCE. I think there are probably about 15 skills that you have to choose from. And although the skills may seem simple, it's not really just the skill, it's the overall expectation of you delivering that skill. So you got a simple skill like maybe say suctioning, or that might not be so simple because everybody. Okay, let me say something like a blood sugar monitoring. So it's not just going and stick the finger. You have to remember, these people start with something like, as I approach my scene, I assess my scene for scene safety. It is safe. I'm happy to approach. I draw my curtains to provide privacy and dignity for my patient, and I do my hand hygiene. Yeah? So you gotta say hand hygiene, and you gotta say palm to palm, back of the hand, fingers interlace, fingers interlock, fingertip rotation, thumb rotation, wrist rotation. I've washed my hands for 30 seconds, allow them to dry for 30 seconds, assume 30 seconds has passed, and I am happy to approach my patient. So that's something, if you forget or if you foul up, you could fail for hand hygiene. Yeah. So the skills are not, the actual skill is not hard. Everyday skills that we do with our eyes closed. But you could make mistakes, foolish little mistakes. Yeah. Another thing too, one of the skills that really stood out in my mind with this OSCE is urinalysis. Yeah. So urinalysis, I had the bottle. Okay, so urinalysis, for those who know, you know, the bottle, we carry the Regent strips and then the bottle, you know. So anyhow, our urinalysis sticks inside and we have the bottle. So here, you have to get the urine. Is a whole procedure, a whole process before you get the urine. You have to go to the patient, always gain consent. Consent is a big thing. Ask the patient, are you happy for me to proceed? And you always got all those things. You got to give the patient, down here, you give them a lot of information. Yeah, you communicate a lot. So anyhow, with this urinalysis, though, what I can say about urinalysis is that you have to say to the examiner, I am going to be dipping my stick into the urine, for no more than 1 second. And then this is what you gotta say at 30 seconds, I will be checking for protein. At 40 seconds, I will be checking for nitrates. I stand corrected, it's not the right order. At 45 seconds, I will be checking for ketones. This what these people, you can understand this urinalysis that you was doing forever. You never, I'm sure nobody back home could say that they have actually time when they were checking for the change on the urinalysis sticks to document the findings. Yeah. So, you know, it's a real tedious skill. So just to give you an idea of you know, why I say that you should become familiar with the content before you actually come, you know, so you have a idea of how to, you know, how to proceed. Again, all the information, one thing I can say, they provide you with all the information you will need to pass this exam. You have 3 chances. The aim is to pass, yes, on your first try, but also if you don't, to pass as many stations. Because the good thing about it is, if you fail whatever station you fail in, say you had urinalysis and you fail, when you go back, you're going back to do urinalysis. Yeah. So say you fail urinalysis, you just got perfect it. When you go back, more than likely you will pass. If you pass it in the first try, better yet. So I was lucky, I passed it in my first try, but I put in a lot. I used to practice because it was only myself. I was, as I tell you guys, I was the only you know, Bajan nurse in the training. So I already isolated myself, but to practice with the others meant I had to take a bus for like over an hour, and I wasn't having that, you know. So I did a lot of practice on my own. I used to record myself, act out the scenario, and then, you know, rewind and replay it to see where I made the mistakes, what I forgot. Because when you start, they will give you a criteria as to what they expect. They expect to hear ID check, you know, allergy check, all of that kind of stuff. So maybe in one of my videos, I am definitely going to go through the OSCE and give you a better idea of, you know, the breakdown, a full idea. I'm going to list all the skills that are included, the format, you know, just get you familiar with it for anybody that's thinking about relocating. Yeah, but if you fast forward and you go, you know, again, you know, you don't want to make the videos too long, so it was just to get you fast forward. You get here, first thing is OSCE training. More than likely you would be placed in accommodation for 2 months. The employer will pay for you for 2 months, so you don't have to worry about that. And as I told you, you will be paid. So the bank came to us and set up our banking information. We didn't have to go to the bank. I think within a week I had a bank card, so that wasn't a problem. Another thing is, down here they don't do much cash, so you would definitely need a bank card. Don't worry about traveling with too much cash. A lot of places don't take cash, they want the card. So it was better to just have the money on the account, and then you swipe the card. Maybe if you travel with your currency, you can just put it on the UK account, so that if you have to swipe, you could swipe. You swipe for everything. You swiping for 80 cents, 80 pence. Sorry, down here is normal. These people swipe for 10 pence. You know, it's normal. So and I find there are not many fees incurred. A lot of stuff you can get interest free. Like they allow you to do certain things 3 months interest free. So that's not bad, you know. But again, I'm on my break, so I just pop in to do a quick video. I don't want to be away too long, but you know, sometimes it can get busy. So my break is only half an hour. Yeah, half an hour. But being I am close to the hospital right now, I just came over to get something to drink, and I will be back over. So tonight when I come, I definitely will go through some more stuff for you guys. Probably talk about the OSCE exam, because when you get here, the first thing is the OSCE. Yeah, so let's talk about the OSCE, because after the OSCE, then you got what happens after the exam. Then you got the registration. Then you got study book getting accommodation, because you have up until 6 months to get out the accommodation that's paid for. You know, some persons might have to get it before. You know, some persons had a lot of challenges getting accommodation. You know, some didn't. So we will talk about all that stuff. Just basically talk about transitioning, and if there's anything that, you know, I missed that you might want me to go into more detail about, I don't have a problem. So just hit me up and I will be happy to go through it. Yeah, that's about it. So you guys stay good until, yeah. Have a good one.